It's loading. Hello, and we're live. The people who are probably going to join in a little bit. No one's here right now. I love it because it's like when you first start, you're like, I'm not talking to anyone.
Yeah.
It's
You're
my
just talking
birthday.
to the void.
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
You. So I have you two lovely special guests. If you could just like introduce yourself. Oh, I wasn't smart. I didn't put your channels in the description, but I'm sure people know y'all, and I will link them after the live show for sure. But like, let the people know who you are, what you do, how amazing you are.
Veena, you can go first.
Okay.
Sorry, pressure.
So my name is Veena. Some of you might know my channel, Miss WOC Reader. I also run a blog, and I like to rant about books.
Hello, hi. My name is Isabella, and I have a channel called Throne of Pages. I also talk about books. And that's about it.
Gosh, the similarities are very apparent. I
Same
love
person.
And there are some people on. Hello, guys. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I always feel so weird about birthday live shows because I'm like, this seems like needy and attention, but it's just a great time to talk to people and be like, hi.
But yes, you deserve the attention.
I mean, it's your day.
It is my day, but I don't know about that. There's a lot of pressure. Okay. And if you're watching in the chat, let us know if you have any random fun questions for us. I got a list from like Twitter of a bunch of fun questions that we're gonna go through. So let me know. Fun things. Oh, the first two questions that I wanted to ask you guys, which I think is just fun. No one asked this, but I think it'd be just fun little salty, like little energy. What's like the worst birthday present you ever got? Let's start off with a bang.
Oh my god.
Oh, I know. For my 16th birthday, my great aunt gave me a Sudoku book.
That's
Classy.
a great gift.
I don't play Sudoku, and it was like one of those ones that you just pick up at the Dollar Tree.
Oh no. Oh, that sucks, yeah.
I think that's hilarious. Isa's like, give it to me. I'll finish it for you.
I love Sudoku. I can spend my whole weekend just doing Sudoku.
Really? I don't think I've ever played Sudoku in my life.
Hello? New year, new
I don't know how to do it.
You know, I don't. Is that the one where you are filling words in a box?
It's numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah. Numbers in a box. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, still haven't done it, but like, there's like a strategy or something to it.
It's so fun. So fun.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
I actually don't think I've had like a bad birthday gift. Maybe just like somebody forgetting that it's my birthday and then talking to me throughout the day. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've probably been there though. I've been there, like I'm talking to someone and it's like their birthday the whole day, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
That is, yeah.
It's like, I'm not a friend. I take my friend card away. I think the worst gift I ever got was probably from like an ex-boyfriend in high school. He gave me like this beaded necklace that was like clearly like something like that you would get at like Ross, like it was a set, and then there was like teal like giant rocks necklace. And I was like, thanks. And worst part, I didn't get him anything. And it was like our birthdays weren't on the same day, but our birthdays were like the day, like his was before mine, and he gave me a present. And I was like, this is an ugly present.
Oh no.
High school dress was not nice.
Oof.
Please.
I don't know. My family's notorious for giving bad gifts.
Oh gosh.
Like, because they always give me clothes that aren't in my size too.
Do you just keep them and you're just like, thanks? Goes in the closet.
I end up donating them all the time.
Well, that's good. At least someone else can use them. Sad life. At least, are they socks? Are they that bad? Because I know some people are like just straight up get socks all the time.
No, they're like shirts and stuff.
Well,
like sad. I keep telling my cousin I am not a medium, and he keeps buying me sweaters in medium.
Like,
and he's like, It's like, you think that you're a large and you're really a medium. I'm like, no, I'm actually a large.
I know what size I am. Thank you very much, sir. Oh my gosh. Wait, what was this? My mom did that to me last year on my birthday, and I was talking to her for hours before she realized it was my own birthday. Oh my god! How did your mom do that? Tatiana, no. I'm so sorry. What did your mom do after the fact? Was she like, oh, sorry, happy birthday? Like, how do you recover from that as a mom? Like, how do you bounce back?
How do you forget that you gave birth to someone?
It's like, oh, that thing I did. Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's so funny.
Oh my god.
I mean, these days have been blending. Since we started this pandemic, the days have been blending together.
Very true. I think it's fun. In my family, people will be like, how old are you? I think that's the question that gets asked. Like, what year is it? How old are you? Never like, what day is your birthday? That's a little much. And to counter that question, I also want to know, what's the best present you guys have gotten? And also let me know in the chat too if you guys got any, like, what's your favorite present you ever got? If you can think of one. I have to think of one.
Yeah, I have to think. Can we get like Jeopardy music on the background?
I wish. That sounds like a lot. Okay, wait, I could probably do it on my phone. I was about to be like, that sounds like effort, Isa. No, thank you. But I was like, okay, I should. It'd be silly.
Best gift. Oh my god.
Best gift. Oh my god, there's videos that are like 10 hours long of Jeopardy music.
That's how much I need. Thank you.
Really? That sounds like a good amount, right?
I think that my best gift was one year I got a Samsung tablet, which was really good because I was in college at the time. So I'm like, okay, I don't have to buy the one book. I can just put it on the tablet and it's rented for cheaper.
Yes, that is awesome. That's a nice gift. Mm-hmm.
And it also got me reading on Kindle books.
Yes. Is that the love for ebooks? Is that where you think it stemmed from?
Yeah, well, it stemmed from ebooks being cheap and free. So I got the tablet, and then at the time, like, you used to go on the one page on Amazon, and it would have like all the free books listed. So I would just scroll through the list and just choose random romances and mysteries.
Download. I do that all the time too. What's free at my library? Download.
My best gift.
Do you need Jeopardy music? I got you. High stakes. 10 hours. You got plenty of time.
Okay.
I'm glad you gave me that suggestion. It worked.
Thank you. Well, maybe it was the most recent one, actually, because my parents gave me a trip to Europe. So I got to, yeah.
Wow.
Precious.
Right. Beautiful. Stunning. Top 10, top 5, top 1 best gifts.
5-1. Be like, it's
My mom never gave me a trip. I gave her one for her birthday. Right, but like the year before the pandemic, I took her on a cruise.
So you need to hit her up next year. Be like, so, where's my trip? Where's my cruise? For my favorite present, well, it's weird because I got my tattoos on my birthdays. My first one was like my 16th birthday, and my second one was my 18th birthday. So those are kind of special. But I feel like there was on my 16th birthday, I had like a party, but my only ever surprise birthday party with like friends and stuff from like high school. I think that'll be a favorite because like so many wacky things happened during that time. Like, I don't know if you guys had this in high school where you had friends in different pockets, where it's like I had my cheer buddies and I had my track friends and then I had my student council friends. And for the first time they were in the same room, and it was just such a weird, fun energy that it was like, oh, we all get along great, thank God.
Yeah.
That sounds so cool.
I went to Catholic school. We didn't really have that because our class was so small. We had 108 kids in my senior class.
Oh my god.
So,
No, that's the same size as me too. I think like my high school was like 100 or so kids in my senior class as well. But I don't know, Catholic school, I'm like, y'all probably don't have fun.
I wasn't there half the time by the end of the year anyway, because I used to do VOTEC with the public school kids. So I would leave half the day and be hanging with the other kids doing my business classes. So I wasn't there. Like, I can't tell you what happened senior year at high school.
Oh my god, you're like, I was too busy. I was getting my education on.
That was, plus like all the fun was happening at VOTEC, so we used to make up excuses for why we needed to be there all day instead of at our regular school.
You're like, oh yeah, I have meetings. Yes, yes. Please get me out of here. Well, let's see who else is here. Hi, Erin. Thanks for joining. Let's see, Sarah. Happy birthday. Oh, we're birthday month twins. Nice. Let's see. This past year for my birthday, my mom got me vinyl record player. Nice. I mean, I don't listen to music, but that sounds real cool.
What do you mean you don't listen to music?
Why are you shocked? Well, I just don't listen to music. Like, I just don't.
What do you do when you're not reading then or auditioning?
Watching TV. Like, even like I know some people like put on music to like do the dishes and stuff. I don't do that. I just will wash my dishes.
I audiobook when I'm washing the dishes.
That's smart and productive. I'm like, I just wake up and I'm like, everyone just needs to shh. And like, the only time I'll listen to music, I have a playlist of just like old favorites, like Beyonce. Well, Beyonce's not an old favorite, but like Bills, Beyonce, not like current Beyonce songs. Like that's how, and I got like some TLC on there. And I'll use it when I'm doing my hair on like a wash day, when I'm in the bathroom for like 3 hours. Detangling and crap. That's the only time I listen to music because I can't listen to an audiobook because I don't want to miss anything.
So you do listen to music, just not as much.
Not as much, and I'm not really listening. It's just to make sure I know how much time is passing. To be like, oh.
So you're one of those people who has to like hyper focus on the audiobook.
Oh yes. If I glaze over and like stop kind of listening, I would be like, oh, I need a backup. Like someone just dropped dead. I need to know what happened. I don't follow well enough to be like, oh, I'll passively listen. And then I don't end up liking the book as much. It's my own fault. Let's see. Tatiana said the best gift that she got was a DSLR camera. Ooh, they back in college. Nice. Had to pay for part of it, but they paid the part of it and let me pay the rest off slowly. It meant a lot to me. Oh, that's so sweet. She so cries. Cute. Aww. I wonder if that was the start of like your YouTube channel. That'd be really cool. Let's see. I also got a record player one year and think that's my favorite gift ever. You cool kids with your record players. Ooh. See, my mom saw my collection was growing. Y'all are glowing. Oh, I thank you.
Oh my god, thank you.
Thanks for noticing. It's because I drink nothing but coffee. That's my secret.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe this.
I think it's more all this time at home.
That too. The I don't go out often glow.
I'm rocking the I don't go out often glow too.
Let's see. For the past 5 or 6 years, I've always gotten a tattoo for my birthday. Nice. I love that. I want to keep getting tattoos for my birthday. Like I almost did it this time, but because I'm an actor now, I'm like I probably shouldn't be getting more tattoos until like I'm at a higher pay grade. But I love that. Trip to France for my 16th birthday. That is so nuts. I love that the experience of like going somewhere for your birthday, being like, remember France 2020. What a time. Or not 2020. That was a bad year to pick. Sorry. See, honestly, not a big music person either. I am not alone. Thank you.
I respect your wrong opinion.
Opinion is my opinion.
Which is wrong.
What's that little meme? It's my opinion.
I'm the cat.
You're the cat. Love that for you. But no. It's called makeup, LOL. Oh, the glow? I mean, I'm not. I still think it's my coffee. That's what I think the glow is.
I think she was talking about your tattoos.
Oh, it's
You
called
have to
makeup.
spend so much time in the makeup chair. The more you get.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I was like, what? Let's see. By the way, your bookshelves look awesome. Thank you. I just finished doing my bookshelves. I needed another bookshelf because I have too many books. And what did I do today? I bought more books. So, oops.
As you should. It's your birthday.
I know. My mom was scolding me. She's like, "You only got 3? What's wrong with you?"
Oh my god, Mom. Yes.
Right? The pressure.
I haven't bought books in like over a month now. That's because I've been getting so many sent to me. Like all these publishers are just sending me them now. So I'm like, okay.
Okay.
At first,
I'll
I was
save my
like,
money.
go off. I was like, get it. And then you're like, I'm getting them sent. I was like, where's the crown? Where do we get you one? Nice. Oh my god. I feel like I used to have connection with some publishers like a year or two ago, and then now I'm just like silent. Like maybe once. I think I got one arc at the beginning of this year, but I'm no more arcs. I'm so bad at keeping up with them. I'm like, pass.
A lot of people like switch to publishers. So like one publicist sent me an email last week. He's like, just to let you know, I'm switching. You can follow me here.
Follow us. Oh, that makes sense. They just get a new job. They're like, okay, bye. I don't think I'm getting the bye emails.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Issa, your channel is pretty big. Do you get arcs and stuff too? Like I feel like I watch your vlogs and stuff, but you don't get. Why? Is it because you're too far? What is up?
I don't think so. Like I think I have to like reach out to the publishers, which is something that I don't do. So like if they don't reach out to me, I feel like I don't have that connection with them.
Sad. Let's do it. I'll send an email on your behalf.
Oh yeah, I get people emails all the time. Like I have my group of BIPOC readers, and they're like, "Who wants this email to get connected to this publisher to get this art?" Or like because of the blog, sometimes people will leave stuff, like will message me through that contact section, and be like, nice. "Oh, I want you to read this book."
That's really cool. I'm not cool enough to have a group like that, but that sounds cool.
I mean, you've done some cool stuff. Like you did that one with Penguin, that campaign for what was it, A River of Royal Blood?
Yes, that was nice. I think Penguin's the only one that I consistently like work with. Like once a year, they're like, "You want a book?" And I was like, "Yes." But then they want me to post it on Instagram and stuff, and I'm like, "But like, I don't do Instagram like that." I'm gonna try this year to get more into Instagram, but I just find it to be such like a fake platform where I'm like posing, and it just feels. Does anyone else feel that way? Like it's a lot of work.
100%, yeah.
Those book pics are actually a lot of work staging them. That's why I don't do it that often, because I'm like, I'm not really going to like fancy places too, and everybody's like carting books to restaurants and stuff, and I'm like, I feel awkward taking pictures in public.
I'm gonna order the nice latte and like get a little sign and then just spend 20 minutes getting that shot. That's why I feel.
And then it's cold by the time you go to drink it,
and everyone's staring at you. Like
really,
I feel like I'm in LA, so I would be the only one in this group that would be like, it would be totally normal for me to take a picture in public and take like hundreds. That would be chill. For y'all, I bet it would be very different to be like, let me order food and take a picture of it. Aesthetic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Michael says, never too many books, only not enough shelves. I like the way you think, but also shelves are kind of expensive. Like, maybe I don't know. That's a good lifestyle in the future. Future me will do that. Hi, Meena.
Oh my god, it's Veena.
Long time no speak.
Hello, Queen.
Yeah, I'm tired of Instagram. Good. Because I'm like also very tired of it. Let's see. Oh, Isabella, what's your channel name? Is it Throne of Pages still?
Yes. Why are you questioning? Do you not know my channel?
No, okay. The thing is, I know your channel. Don't
Yeah.
don't question my loyalty. But your channel name, I just see your face on the thumbnail, and I'm like, click. Same with Veena. I'm like, okay, there's your face. Click. That's as much thinking. I don't. What's the title of the video? I don't even know. I'm just clicking on it, and I'm like, oh,
Okay, that's fair.
trying to keep up with what you're reading. You know.
Wait, I think I can change my name. Hold up.
Did you change it? That'd be so funny. See, I actually
There.
like Instagram. I can't do YouTube. Interesting. I'd love to know why. I feel like YouTube is where I just literally talk, and for some people, for some reason, people like it. Where I'm like, oh, cool, I'll keep doing this. Whereas I don't know, Instagram photos. Maybe I'm not a photo person. Maybe you're more of a photo person. That would make sense.
Now they like videos a lot on Instagram, which I'm not a fan of doing all those videos because you have to get like the perfect short video. I'm like, I don't have time to plan out all these reels. I have a job full time. And then I'm too tired to do anything after.
And it's got to be like a nice shot of stuff, or you dancing or something weird, or I don't know.
And then I'm like, I'm already doing YouTube. That's enough extra filming.
Check. Done. Do you do reels or anything like that?
Oh my god, no.
Okay,
There's so much work.
Yeah, no, agree. So much work. And I'm like, YouTube videos, easy. You're just chatting it up. Reels are like, you're planning the shots. Like, I don't know. I guess there's some people who just chat on reels and just upload that. I guess that would be something. Oh, let's see. Mary, I'm super excited about one arc I'm getting via postcard. Nice. From the author, Jen. Her next novel called 12 to 22, which is that middle grade modern version of fun. 13 going on 30. Fun fact.
Oh my god.
Never watched 13 going on 30.
You've never watched it? I was just watching somebody do like a video critique of it last week. It was interesting, like remembering what happened in that movie.
Oh, I've seen videos of that too. Yeah, I would love watching movie critiques from movies I've never watched. Like there's series of like 50 Shades of Grey. I've watched all the critiques, have never watched the movies.
Oh my
Same
god.
with like Twilight and stuff like that.
You've never seen Twilight?
I think I've seen the first one, but like when it came out. So I have no
I didn't watch Twilight either. I was not a fan of that series, and I was a teen when it was when that craze was happening, and I'm just like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, no, I remember it vividly. Like everyone was so obsessed with it, and I think I was that kid who was like, "You guys like it? I'm not gonna like it." I was that.
God.
I was in a book club at the time, and everybody in my book club except for me and like one other person like were like obsessed with Twilight, and they all were like planning on going to like the midnight showings and stuff, and we're just like, yeah, we're over here reading smut.
We're over here leveling up. What are you guys doing over there with your Twilight glittery vampires, you?
Yeah, and then my one friend just didn't read. Like I gave her a book to borrow, and it took her like months, and she only got to the halfway point.
Oh my god.
Did she give it back? Like, I did my best.
Yeah. Till this day, she still doesn't like to read. She's only reading books now because she has a son, so he likes picture books, so she has to read more now.
But I wonder if she'll get into it more.
She looked at Twilight and she couldn't do it.
That's great.
Because the book was so thick too. Oh like all the books at the time were really short. They were like 100 something pages or less. And that one was so long.
She looked at it and she was like, the amount of time that it would take, no. Let's see. Ooh, Mina's like, how are y'all? How are you guys doing?
We're thriving, celebrating the icon herself on her special day.
I won't say anything. I'll take the compliment. I'll do it.
We expect the big birthday haul next week.
Funny. I probably will have to do a book haul. I probably should.
Yes.
I'm going to a bookstore again tomorrow.
Yes.
Awesome. Let's see. See, hey, Jessica, do you have any birthday traditions or things you do on your B-Day by yourself? Funny that you mentioned that. I actually try to, on my birthday every year, go to the beach, go to the bookstore, and then watch a movie. All by myself, like with no others. I that is my birthday tradition, is to be completely alone. I love it so much. That's what I did today. I went to the beach. It was great. I was soaking up the sun, and then I went to a bookstore and I restrained myself and I only got 3 books. And then I watched Uncharted, which was an okay action movie. But that's my tradition and I love it. I live by it.
That sounds so fun though.
No, it really is. As soon as you get past the like stigma of like being by yourself, it's like great. It's amazing. Like I was chatting up with random people when I was like going to like get my snacks or like going to get lunch or something, but otherwise I was like, I don't have to speak to anyone. True book nerd happiness. Ooh, no people around.
I wish I could have gone to the beach today. We had freezing rain here.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Winter, ew. I don't get people who do winter. I know like half the hemisphere deals with all that stuff, but I'm like, or I guess most of the planet. I'm like, Are y'all still getting snow down there?
I'm in Pennsylvania. We don't really get that much snow in the part that I'm in.
Okay.
It's the other side that gets like closer to the lakes that get all the snow.
Okay. Because I know my aunt Karen, she lives in Philly, so she gets not like snow, like nice snow, but like sludge.
Yeah.
But it'll like be snowing for a hot second and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm closer to the Philly side, so yeah, we don't get like a lot of snow. We might get like one big snow a year, but we'll get a lot of freezing rain. Or if we get snow, it looks pretty for about 2 seconds, and then it's sludge and ice.
Lovely. We love slipping in the morning.
Well, that's the nice thing about working from home. I don't have to be out there anymore.
True. I know my mom, when we lived in Philly, she would like boil a pot of a pot of water to pour over the door handle of the car to like thaw it because it would be too like the key wouldn't go in. Crazy times. Yeah.
We've had to do that too to get the car out of the backyard when it was snowing because there was so much ice. We had to boil pots of water and throw it on the ground.
Oh God. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep. I don't do winter no more. That's too much work to get to your car outside.
I mean, if you got a big roll though in New York, and you'd have to do winter.
I would ask for compensation for the weather.
Or even in Canada.
Oh my God. I mean, when the issue comes, it comes, you know. I'm gonna have to buckle down, but I definitely wouldn't live there forever. I can't. I'm like, it hurts to think about cold weather. Like I'm like, oh, my soul. Oh, let's see. Be grateful you're developing brain that was not influenced by horrible messaging in Twilight. Wait, are you a fan of Twilight or are you not?
Oh no. I love to hate it. It's so fun.
I'm just making sure we're not trashing you just in case.
Oh my god,
you're a
no.
Twilight fan.
No, this is so fun.
Okay, good. Yep, we luckily all escaped the Twilight messaging of, you know, abusive boyfriends are fun. Like, ooh.
And weren't all the people of color, which there weren't really
They're
any in
so
that book,
sexy.
like, weren't they all, like, didn't they turn white when they became vampires?
Did they? I didn't hear that.
They
I
lost
heard about
pigmentation and looked pale or something.
that. Would make sense. Like if you got sparkly, like the vampire effect makes you white. That's weird. Period. That's just weird. No, but I heard the representation of like the wolf like clan was just so far off. This is what I've heard about it. But I think the one thing that really just kept me away from it, and I love triangles, is I couldn't understand why people liked a man that sparkled. That just sounds really weird. Like, ooh, he glitters. I think the whole, I read 13 pages of Twilight, and it was Bella talking about how ugly she was because she was so pale. But then it's like she likes this dude who's even like ghostlier and almost near death. Like, I just didn't understand. It's like you think you're ugly, but then you're like really attracted to this guy who has similar qualities to you. I was confused. I was like, nope.
Yeah, I didn't get that far in Twilight either. I was like, nope.
Nope. Let's see. Now, do you take a book to the beach? I do take a book to the beach. Today, I was reading The Inner Booktuber in Me Shine because I have it right next to me. Before the Ever After by Jacqueline Woodson. I got like halfway through it. It's about a dad who like has like a lot of like trauma because he was a football player and he has like a lot. It's sad. I was at the beach like maybe not today. I don't want to cry yet. Mistakes were made.
At least you got some reading done.
Yes, and I'm trying to finish some books for Blackathon because I've been doing so bad for Blackathon. I think I've literally finished like 2 books, and normally like my best year ever was like 19 for Blackathon. So I'm like, so sad.
But that's such a good number, though.
Right? I really at one point want to beat that number again for like Blackathon being like 25 or something crazy like that. Maybe next year. This year's not it.
I've been really bad at keeping up with the readathons. Like I was gonna do Missy Elliott readathon, and I don't know where the books that I've read fit in on it.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm gonna have to try and figure that out at the end of the month.
Just get super creative. Like this book totally matches this challenge.
Totally.
Yeah, it had some really cool prompts. I'm just like, I don't know if any of these books fit into the prompts.
I also really love prompted readathons, but my ability to ever finish any of them, they're always so cool in concept. I make a cool TBR. I'm like, I got all these ideas, but then I like don't read any books that week or just life happens, you know?
And I feel like this month was so crazy.
I blinked and it was over. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Wasn't it just New Year's? I feel like,
New Year's.
Right?
Oh, man. Yeah.
And it's tax season, and I haven't even started my taxes yet.
Me neither. That's a problem for March. Let's see. Oh, I live in Norway, and I want to curse every time I look out the window so much so. I feel you. Do you at least like looking at the snow? Because I think that's the cool part about looking at weather is like, ooh, I don't have to feel the chill. It just looks pretty. Let's see. I love the books and still enjoyed for nostalgia, but it's so problematic. I'm happy for you, Alex. You enjoy the heck out of them. And it's okay if they're problematic because everything is problematic, you know? Just like secretly have your Twilight shrine and then be like, you know what? I accept this for what it is. Whatever vampire smut or whatever it's supposed to be, fanfic stuff. I really should learn more about Twilight. I really have like very little knowledge of Twilight.
It wasn't really smutty. In fact, I think the whole point was that if she had sex, she was gonna die, and then she had sex,
and it's not smut,
and almost dies after getting pregnant. You know, because the author is Mormon. That's the kind of nonsense they push. And I was already going to Catholic school, so I'm like, why would I want to read about a bunch of white kids and them telling us to abstain? And we're already getting that in school all the time.
Yeah, Twilight is just a campaign for teen pregnancy, literally.
I had no knowledge of that.
No, that's literally, I'm not joking. That's actually what people said the message was. Like, they wait so long for her to have sex. And then I remember in high school, all the girls freaking out because he broke the bed. And that was a big thing. And I'm like, I've been reading enough romance. That's nothing. And then she got pregnant and almost died giving birth.
Yo, this is going to be gross, but no man's D is worth all that trouble.
Especially not over 100-year-old vampire D.
Oh, that made my night. I had no idea. The whole time she was chasing the D. That's hilarious.
The more you know.
The more I know. That's why I'm like, maybe I need to know more about this. This sounds hilarious.
No, that reminds me in high school too. I remember like one of my friends, this we had a substitute teacher one day, and he actually kind of looked like a vampire too. It was weird. Like he was extremely pale, had these icy blue eyes, and he's like, "What's Twilight?" And she's like, "It's just a bunch of white kids not having sex until they finally have sex."
It only took 5 books. That's crazy. Oh my god. Oh, that was so funny. Okay, wait. Funny you should mention Canada. I wonder daily why I live in a place that's going out means the weather is basically assault.
I mean, God.
That's why do you, if you don't like it, if it feels like that.
That's not a ringing endorsement for when you're eventually going to have to live in Canada once you book that big series.
Yup, nope, just like avoid. Oh. Bro, only in the sunlight. And they like live in Upper Seattle. Is that
Twilight.
Basically in Twilight. So Twilight is just so they're cold and pale and sparkly. LOL, not shrine. No. It's okay. Everyone might have their own shrine to something else. I swear, I would make a shrine for Elizabeth Acevedo. That'd be like,
oh, I love Elizabeth Acevedo.
Right? Oh my god, who would, if you guys had to make a shrine for someone or something, what would it be? I'll get the Jeopardy music out. Are you ready?
Wait, let me
this
look.
is hard because my favorite book changes every week.
Oh, really? You don't have like a favorite?
Nothing like right now that I'm like set on.
Oh wait, Addie LaRue.
Addie LaRue, really?
Yeah, that's
book your shrine?
changed my life. Yes, it is. I literally have a shrine, like right now.
You actively,
like literally.
You have like 5 copies, right?
Yeah.
You're like queen. Yes, Addie traveling throughout time, all that stuff.
Yes.
Maybe Magic, Dark Magic Divine.
Dark Magic Divine? Is that like a fantasy series?
It's a fantasy romance.
Ooh, sounds nice. I was about to pull out the Jeopardy music for you just in case you need more time. I was like, no, and my shrine would definitely be Elizabeth Acevedo. Like, I finally got my mom to read With the Fire on High because I've been yelling at her that she needs to read Poet X because I'm like, Mom, you would love this. You would eat it up. And she finally tried With the Fire on High, and she like called me and she's like, I'm so sorry that it took me so long. I understand now.
Yes.
I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I made my best friend read the Poet X and Clap When You Land, and it helped her get back into reading.
Oh,
so now I have an offline reading friend too.
Real life, like in your life kind of thing, where it's like, oh, I see you at work, or I see you around town, kind of like,
yeah,
we can go to the bookstore together.
Well, she does like a lot of reading on her Kindle. So I'm like, we can borrow library books and talk about audiobooks and stuff together because she has Audible.
I love that for you. That's so sweet. I feel like I wish I had more people in my life. I feel like my mom also reads kind of, but like otherwise it's like the only people I talk to about books is like the internet, and I'm like, everyone needs to understand my crazy right now.
My mom reads, but not the same books that I read. So, I mean, she took from my shelf recently. The other day, she's like, I need a book, and she just took 7 Days in June before I could even open it.
She's like, that cover looks pretty, thanks. Oh my god, I read like
she's
the first
with
page.
Books, so I'm like, well, I'm not getting that one back.
Wait, did you read the first page of 7 Days of June, or whatever the title is?
Okay. No, I didn't even open it yet.
The first page is this woman, and this is not a spoiler. This first page, I was just at the bookstore and I was looking at it because I was like, oh, I've heard a lot about this romance. She was masturbating and chewing gum, and she chokes on her gum, so she has to stop masturbating. That is the first paragraph of that book.
Did you end up getting it?
No. I thought it was a really cool first chapter, but I think the main protagonist is like not a sex therapist, but something like a erotic writer or something. I was like, not for me. Yes. Literally, I don't like not to imagine it, but like I read it and I was imagining it and I was like, oh no, I had to put that away. So funny. Oh wait, sorry, I'm missing some people's comments. Okay, have been doing the Rent a Readathon or Ren Readathon this past month long with Blackathon, and I'm doing okay. And I think I might be getting into a reading slump. The problem with readathons when you're a mood reader. I get that. That's how I feel. Yeah, it's like if I'm not in the mood to read this book and I sit down and force myself to read it for a readathon, then I'm just gonna hate the book, and then I just don't read anything for readathon. Oh, let's see, another Twilight thing. And Twilight makes young girls think it's sexy for a boy to come into their room and watch them while they sleep. I've seen memes of that.
It's so sexy.
It's so sexy. He's protecting me from the dangers of spiders, burglars. I don't know.
Yeah, and didn't they have like a sexy Confederate character too?
There's so much
all the knowledge. I have no idea.
Listen, I was in a book club with girls who would only talk about this book all the time in high school. So whether I was reading it or not, I was hearing about it.
Oh my god.
Ew. Oh no. See, I find it funny that Taylor Lautner's fiance, who is also named Taylor, is Team Edward when she loved the Twilight movies. Iconic. I love that for her.
Well.
Yeah, she's like, Taylor Lautner wasn't even Native American. Like, he lied about it.
No, he probably wanted that. He wanted that role. He was like, I'll be whatever you want me to be. Which is not good. You shouldn't do that. But if you're really, really broke, I can understand.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Let's see, anything else? Honestly, I would probably switch out my shrines. Let's see. Holy, you literally just gave me an Instagram idea. Yes. Are you gonna make a shrine on Insta? Do it. Yes. Oh, and then you just finished it today. Is it the 7 days of June? I forget the title. It's like 7 days of something.
7 days in June.
In June. 7 days in June.
You know, I wanted to read it so badly last year, and then it actually came out and everybody started hyping it. And I don't know, something about when everybody's hyping a book makes me want to read it less.
I feel that too. I feel like I get scared though. I'm like, ooh, what if I hate it? Or what if I really like it and everyone else hates it? And then I just don't want to read it. Too much trouble.
Yeah, well, that usually happens too. I'm like, everybody loves it and I hate it. And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you didn't like this book.
Oh my god, why did you love Sarah J. Maas? Okay? God.
I never read one of her books.
Oh my god. I'm not Sarah J. Maas trash or whatever. Like, I haven't read all of her books, but I've read like 2 and I've liked them. I read Crescent City and I'm gonna read the sequel. I think that's it.
I don't know. Isn't that book like 800 pages? I can't do that.
It is. Okay, no, but like if you like a long fantasy, like I love a long fantasy. So there's like so many series. What?
I'm not a super long fantasy person. Like I think somebody said it earlier, like today when I was talking about bookish pet peeves, and they're like, I don't like when they describe every grain of rice in the sushi. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I like sushi, but I don't need. You can just tell me it's a spicy tuna roll. I don't need to know about what the texture of the tuna was, what color the rice was.
Make you feel? You need to know every detail. Issa, do you like long series? Are you for or against?
Like, I don't love them, but Crescent City is one of my favorites.
I'm shocked that you don't like
I'm scared of the commitment. I'm scared of starting them, but once I do, I'm unstoppable. But it's the starting that's hard.
Oh, no, I agree with that. Starting a long series is hard, but I've always like left a book when it's like a really like large fantasy. I've always like, for the most part, feel like, oh, what a journey. Like The Last Magician's one of my favorites. And I think if Mary's still in the chat, she feels me on this. If you guys never read it, it's like a YA fantasy. There's some time travel and all this cool stuff. It's like 800 pages. It's like 500. And then I think the third book was like 700. It's like slowly getting more dense. But I feel like after reading that book, it's like I ran a marathon, or I watched someone run a marathon with like, and I'm just like, yeah, keep going. Let's do another one.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I can't read long books back to back either. Like, it's just so hard for me.
I could dedicate a weekend, but I also do audiobooks. I like to like read and have like the audiobook, so it makes it a lot easier to power through like really big books. But then I will like, okay, I'm guessing I'm reading, I gotta get the audiobooks for the next 3 books. I need to spend the next 48 hours.
Oh no, I've been reading a lot of like more physically lately because I've been doing these arcs, and it's like a struggle to sit there and focus completely on the book sometimes. So I feel like I'm
That
reading a
makes
lot
sense.
slower now.
I feel like when it comes to like most books that I read physically, I'm just like taking my time. Oh, I read 10 pages. Okay, that's enough for today. Tapping out.
I've been doing this buddy read all month, and we've all been failing at the buddy read. Like, we were supposed to read 5 chapters every week, and we're only at the halfway point, and the month's almost over.
Oh gosh. Yeah, buddy reads are so hard to stay with on top. Like, I never stay on top of my buddy reads. I'm like, just kidding. I wasn't really planning on reading that book. Let's see. Do you follow Bookish Realms? I feel like you would, right?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I do too. Bookish Realms. I follow them on YouTube. Do they have a Bookstagram too?
Yeah, but she doesn't really post too much on Bookstagram.
Okay. I love her rant videos. Let's see. Hey guys, ever get attached to an author and have to read their entire collection? Have I ever done that?
I think
You
I
guys
used
have
to
done that?
before, but
Never done that.
no, not anymore. Not really.
Not anymore. Did you do it for someone though?
I think the reason that I don't do it, it's because when I did it, it backfired, and I read like the worst book, and then suddenly I couldn't read the author anymore because it was horrible.
Oh
So
no.
I did that for V.E. Schwab, and I was like, I was so sure that she was my new favorite author, and then I read one of her older books, and I was like, this is it for me. This is the last straw. I'm leaving.
Oh, that's so sad. And you just mentioned Addie LaRue, so that's really sad.
I know. I know. It's painful.
I feel that way. I feel like the only author that I may have actually like tried to read their whole collection of books is Jacqueline Woodson, but I'm not even close to finishing all her books. She has like a lot of published books that I feel like some are like quite older and I haven't gotten around to them, but I feel like I've read like 7 of her books and I mostly like all of them. So I'd say that was probably the closest author that I'd been like, I want to keep up with her writing and stuff.
And Elizabeth Acevedo, you've read all her books, right? Except for the poetry one, right?
Actually, I have that, and I haven't read it completely, but I got it just to support.
Yeah.
And I've tried to read it, and I'm like, these are talking about myths that I have like no understanding of, so I'm probably not going to read it.
Yeah, that's the only one I haven't read is her poetry book.
So I feel like, yeah. So I would definitely, when it comes to maybe like an author, I'll read their whole collection, Elizabeth Acevedo for sure. But I feel like I was lucky enough to find her when Poet X came out. So it's more so like every time she published something, I just have to drop everything and grab it. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, time to celebrate. I'm also still waiting on another book to be announced.
I mean, she has an adult one coming out, but I don't think it comes out till next year.
No, it doesn't come out for a while. Let's see. What is everyone's worst book they've read so far this year? A few days ago, I read Ice Planet Barbarians. I gave it 1 star. Can't do smut with no plot and no romance. Oh, that's so sad.
There's no romance in that book?
That's what she said.
I thought it was all about the romance, like between an alien and the human girl.
It's a romance book, but it might be about, it's Twilight adjacent where it's like they're chasing the D. That's the plot.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds plausible. The alien D.
I have no idea. I've seen so many people review it or like review it for a video, and I don't even watch the video. I'm like, I do not want to be tainted by whatever's happening over there.
Yeah.
Romance reading gets really wild. I'm like, I'm not there with y'all.
We'll have that party over there.
Aaron says it's 90% breeding kink. Okay, yeah, it's not for me.
Oh, is it 9 breeding kink? I don't even know what that is. I'm
like
not gonna
giving
ask.
birth.
I was about to say, I'm not even gonna ask. I have no idea. My little brain, I'm like, what? What is that? Oh, but what's everyone's worst book they've read so far this year? I've only read like 5 books this year.
What is my worst book?
Have you guys read Yolk by Mary H.K. Choi?
No, but I was so excited for it, and then I saw you read it. So now I'm like really hesitant.
Yeah, that's my worst book.
Oh, that was
my whole life.
Of your whole life.
Whoa.
I'm also not inclined to read it too because I tried to read Permanent Record recently, which I've also heard a lot of hype about. And it has acting and stuff in it. I'm so excited for it, but I could not finish it. I was like, I'm not invested in their romance because they immediately were like in love and then like traveled together and stuff. And I was like, excuse me? And it just felt like I was just like, this is not my fantasy of like hopping on a plane with a stranger and being in love and like also arguing and not knowing how to spend time together. It's like, how do you love someone? Sleep with them, mind you, and be like, oh, I don't know how to spend time with you. This is frustrating.
Yeah.
So that was last year's probably least favorite book.
Okay, good. Like whenever somebody says that they don't like Mary H.K. Choi, I just feel like, I just feel so happy. Yeah.
It is okay. You are not alone.
Thank you.
Oh, I know what my worst book this year was so far. I read Never Tell by Stacey Abrams, like when she was writing her romance. And I didn't realize going into it that it was written in like 2004. I knew it was older. I didn't know it was that old. And it was just like, there was a lot of really it was supposed to be revised. Like there's even like a little thing at the beginning where she talks about how she was so happy to revisit this book. And I'm like, where did y'all revise it? Because there were so many problematic things in it. It had like one of those heroes who is really aggressive and thinks he knows what's best for the heroine by like forcing them into a relationship. And it was like, that was bad enough he was like that, but she went through actual trauma. Like some man groomed her for like during her teen years. And then like it had that weird virgin pure trope too, where it's like this man groomed her and tried to attack her, but she's still a virgin because he never tried to do it again. And this is the first man she's giving it up to. It was a lot of weird stuff that I hated. I'm like, this reads exactly like the early 2000s and I hate it.
I feel like I'm gagging as you're talking. Like,
yeah. It really brought me back to that time period. Because I used to read a lot of crazy stuff and watch crazy stuff back then that I would never do now. Where it was like, okay to have that hero who like wanted to smother you.
Ew.
That is not sexy.
Not sexy.
And it's becoming a show. They're making it a show too. So I'm like, I hope they fix his personality in the show.
I hope so, but I don't have faith.
Why they want it to be a show? Because it's kind of like at its basis, it's like a little bit similar to How to Get Away with Murder. You have this professor who like knows the inner workings of a criminal.
But how do you add romance to that?
It's romantic suspense, but she like leaned more heavy on the suspense than the romance stuff. But like, so it's weird because the way the romance is like throughout that book while they're investigating this serial killer on the loose, it's just like awkwardly placed. And he's trying to protect her by forcing himself on her, basically. I'm like, maybe the show will be better and they'll fix all these issues because he's really not somebody I would root for.
That sounds disgusting. I don't approve. I don't want that show. Veto. That's my veto button. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then for Alex, she was saying that A Quick and Mezzy is their like collection author. Like, gotta read everything from them, which I definitely still need to read. I think I still have to read Freshwater. I'm behind. Ugh. Let's see. I feel that I finished crying in H Mark today. Oh, that book. Yeah. For the record, I gave it a 4.5. Nice. And was like, if you're going to be this descriptive, provide an ingredients list. All the grains of rice. Is that what? I need to know all the details. Sometimes I have huge hazel. I don't know how to say that. Gaynor fan? Is that a writer? Is that an actor? I don't do names. I apologize. I'm just like, I got Hazel right. Ooh. And have been slowly going through her backlist. Oh, nice. I love having a backlist, but I also get scared too of like the chances that you read another book from them and you're like, I hate this so much. That's always a scary thought. So I just tend to just never read anything. I'm just like, see, a little off subject. Do any of you use or have Wattpad?
I have not used Wattpad in a few years now.
But you use
I used to use it. I used to use it to like read and write fan fiction like a while back.
You wrote fan
now,
fiction.
like everybody's getting deals turned, so I'm like, maybe I should go back and start writing there. Because
Yes.
even like with some of the authors I've read who are like traditionally published now, they're like, well, I started this story on Wattpad. Like a lot of popular books too have started on Wattpad. Like Everybody Loves Serpent and Dove, and she started that on Wattpad. It's like fan fiction for Six of Crows.
Mm-hmm. But wait, the burning question I have is, what was your fanfic about?
Oh, I used to do like random shows, so I did soap opera fan fiction at one point. Like really horrible stuff, and I don't even have my credentials anymore to get back into Wattpad.
Oh no. Issa, do you have Wattpad or do you use it? No.
I've never.
Me neither.
I hear it's fun, but also like problematic. But that's fun too.
But it's fun too sometimes when you're in the mood.
Yeah.
I was never in the problem spaces in Wattpad, although I have seen like people do that real life person fanfic, and that's weird to me. Like they make up their own self. Well, like that's what happened with the book After, which became that big movie. It was Harry Styles fanfic, so like they wrote it as like this character being with Harry Styles, and like a lot of people do that. They write like celebrity fan fiction, and sometimes it's self-insert too.
Oh god.
Where it's like you are the main character, and that stuff's weird to me.
I mean, it's weird, but if I ever wrote fan fiction, I would probably do that. If that was me, if I'm putting in the effort to do like, a fantasy world, I'd totally be that person who's like, where do I put myself in here? Let's do it.
No, like self-insert fanfic will literally, like, instead of the main character, you'll see the word you.
Oh.
It's not like just your personality going into the main character. It's like, no, you are the main character.
I am the main character. I approve of this. I don't know if I have the talent to do that. I think that's probably why I've never been on Wattpad. I've never used it. But I've heard that it's a fun and interesting time. And yeah, I feel like I missed it in my youth, being like very nostalgic towards it. Right now, it just sounds like a website where people write smutty trash and fanfics that are like not good. That's
well, now they have a publishing company. They have a big publishing company now, and they have I think they have like a movie TV deal going on now with the studio. So it might be a good time to get into Wattpad.
I'm sure.
I heard there's money over there.
Good. Yeah, I'm sure it's actually good. I just feel like, from what I heard from people who like used to read it or used to use it, it just sounds like a fun time. It just sounds like, oh god.
Oh, but you and I did read that one book that started on Wattpad, and the author was a Wattpad author. A love-hate thing.
Oh my god, I hated that book.
I hated that book too. But that she was a big Wattpad author, and she started on Wattpad.
That makes sense. Issa, this story was about like a Romeo and Juliet retelling. This guy was on like the wrong side of the tracks kind of thing, thug life. and this other girl, mind you, both characters are black, and this girl was really prissy and like grew up in a big house, and the whole book was he had to move in with them because he like lost his parents or whatever, and the whole book was like she was like, oh, he's so nice and not like what I thought he would be.
You know,
that was the whole book. And like, oh, I love you. You're so dangerous, but you're not. Ooh.
Oh,
that
no.
book actually made me realize that one of the books I thought I liked as a teen, I actually hate. I'm like, because she was very inspired by the book Perfect Chemistry, which
yeah.
the author also blurbed that book, and I'm like, okay. Thinking back on Perfect Chemistry, I actually hate this book now because it had things I don't like. Like it had like the Mexican drug dealer who has to move to the suburbs because he gets in trouble and he has to live with this white family and he like falls for the daughter. And
so dangerous but so sensitive. Oh.
And why did I like this book as a teen? I'm like, I think that was my problematic teen book, actually.
Everyone's got one. Everyone's got one.
And I know this is so cringe revisiting it like in somebody else's story. And then a lot of the stuff I hated about that, like, I'm like, this book reads like early 2000s, like when she was had the kids talking about how they used to watch The Proud Family when they were 7 years old. And I'm like, but this book is set in 2020. They wouldn't have been 7 when The Proud Family was on.
When you're trying to be relevant and you're just not hitting the mark.
Yeah, and they were like talking about like dancing to like the Touch It remix by Busta Rhymes. I'm like, all this stuff from when I was like a little kid. I'm like, we're in 2020 and this book is reading like it came from 10 years ago.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was a ball to read. And now that's why my NetGalley score is ruined because of that book, because now I'm like, I don't want to read any more trash books. Thank you very much. And it took so much of my time to read that stupid ebook. Oh my god. But it is the hour mark, and I know for you too it's very late in your time zones. So I don't know, are you up for answering like one more question, or do you guys want to wrap up? No pressure. Like,
I'm so okay with anything.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. It's always funny, like, how do you ask that question and like be the person who's like, no, I gotta go, Jess, on a live stream where people are watching? I wish people would be like that, because sometimes I don't know. I'm like,
honestly, I would tell you, I would just be like, you know what? I'm about to die, so I'm gonna head out.
Good. I think you literally did that for the last time we did reading. We did like 3, and you're like, Jessica, no. No. Okay, so I trust you. I trust you.
Yeah.
No, I'm up late all the time anyway.
You're like, yeah, let's chat. Let's keep going. Okay, let's see. What are y'all's like problematic faves or guilty pleasure reads? Maybe besides is it Beautiful Creatures? You just said Perfect Chemistry. I was like, one of those.
Oh no, books. I think Beautiful Creatures was that one by that racist lady.
I just like all the titles
make racist.
Yeah, I think that's the one everybody talks about, was by that one racist lady.
Oh God.
I thought, Jesus. Why is everybody problematic?
Everyone just needs to shut up, okay?
Literally, just write books. Don't be a person.
Don't be a person.
Yeah, let's take away their Twitter accounts. Let's just no.
Honestly, Jesus.
Twitter does ruin a lot of authors for me, especially on YA. Twitter has ruined so many authors for me. I completely agree. I feel like it's like there were so many authors. Like I think I did an unhaul where I was unhauling some from authors who were just like cruel to people. Like I think Veena was in the live show earlier. It's like people who are just mean to booktubers and like reviewers and stuff. And it's like, I know we're like laughing about books we don't like and stuff, but it's like, I'm allowed to have my opinion. It's a book. You don't have to be mean. Or the people who aren't even mean to individual people, but like are just outright like racist or transphobic. It's just like, I don't like when authors like go and read their reviews and you can tell they just came back from reading their reviews because they like tweet about the critiques of their reviews, like against the critiques, so that they can have a bunch of their fans like the post and like praise them for how they wrote the book. And I'm like, just let people have their opinions.
Yeah, it's okay.
That actually made Legendborn worse for me. I'm like, it was sitting at a 3 and now it's sitting at a I don't want to continue. Because the author constantly does that.
Yep. That's bad. Oh, that reminds me of the phrase. I think it was like Leslie Jones or some like really famous actor was like, every trash can has its lid. I don't know if you ever heard that phrase, but it's like for everyone likes something. It's okay. So that's what I think when these authors are like ranting and raving and getting so mad at people. It's like, hey, your book was published for one, so like, yay, congratulations. But two, like, not everyone's gonna like everything you do. It's okay. And I know it's hard when you pour your heart into something, but it's like you don't have to be mean. And I think some reviewers can be kind of mean, but it's like you brush them off. You like, that's one person.
Sometimes the snarky reviews get people to read their books.
True.
That
and it's
is
actually
true.
like the Twitter hate too can also get people to read your book.
Yeah.
When you like, yeah, I saw that happening. And I was like, oh God, Twitter's ruining everything.
I mean, the amount of people that were like, oh, I'm going to buy Yolk because the way that you hate about it is so interesting to me. And I'm like, but why would you pick it up if I said I hated it? Like, why would you do this to me?
You're like, everything you hate about it, I love it. Let's go.
Me with my worst of 2021 video. We're like, oh my gosh, I want to read this book now.
Yeah. It's like, what's that other book that got really popular last year? Something Vipers. I think it's a smutty book.
Den of Vipers. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people have been hate reading that one.
Yes. So many people are like, oh, you're trashing it? Let me pick it up and read it. And it's like, ooh, let's get to chapter 6 and see what everyone's screaming about. This just seems like an interesting time. But then I realized we haven't answered the question.
Oh.
Hilarious. So what is our like problematic faves or guilty reads? Let me get the Jeopardy music out for you. Just so it's you know.
I don't. I don't know if I have like guilty pleasures.
I would think for problematic faves, I know there's like hate for Sarah J. Maas about something.
Oh, she's a Zionist.
Is she?
Yeah.
Because for what I was reading about
people. That's why people hate her now. Well, at least that's the most recent reason why people hate her, because she has very Zionist views. Because I guess her family is from Israel, so she was very pro-Israeli army. And then everybody did that unhaul thing last year. Like, I'm not reading her books anymore, only to go buy the new Crescent City book this year.
I saw that on Twitter, and I was trying to look up what everyone was talking about, and I couldn't find anything where she said like anything bad. It was just that she was talking about her family. So I'm like, I feel like she's a problematic fave because technically she's not telling us how she feels. Like, I feel like it's kind of a marketing plan to just be like, let's not talk about it. So I'm like, you're probably a problematic fave because if you're not sharing your opinion, it's probably not a great opinion.
Yeah.
So she's, but I wouldn't even call her a fave actually. So I don't know about that.
Yeah, because you've only read one book.
Yeah. It's like, she my guilty pleasure, I guess.
Oh, you never read the other books that she published?
No, and I probably will have to because my sister.
And I think from what I hear, they tie back into the series, so you might want to go read those. At least from what I saw.
I mean, I think I'm gonna have to because my sister literally like gifted me a ton, and she's like, "This is my favorite series. This is what got me into reading. You need to do this."
Wait, which one?
Throw in a Glass. It's the 7-book long series. I was like, okay, and then I think I got A Court of Something and Something because I like
Thorns and Roses.
Is that you? Did you read that?
Yeah, I read all of them.
You read all of them? Do you like them?
I do. Maybe that's my guilty pleasure. Because I know she's not like the best human being, but her books do something to me personally.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
You can have your little shrine, like we were telling. I forget if it was Sarah. Have your little shrine. Have your moment.
I can't think of any problematic faves or guilty pleasures.
Oh, I guess another
right
problematic fave would be. Have you guys read Cassandra Clare?
Oh no, but I have the Inferno.
No, I've seen part of the show. that one that was based on, I think it was City of Bones it was based on. I
Okay.
think it was Shadow Shaper, whatever it's called. Or what, Shadow something, whatever, Shadow Hunters, I think. I don't know. I don't follow these big booktube people.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is she also problematic? I didn't know.
Oh my gosh, she's so problematic.
Oh, that's so sad. Everyone talks
I
about
know.
her. Aw.
I know. It's literally so sad, but her books are so addicting.
Aw.
I feel like
And
these books all came out when I wasn't reading YA, because I went through like a period where I was mostly reading like adult romance on the rare occasion I was reading, or I was reading cozy mystery, so I wasn't reading any of this stuff.
I love that you were reading adult romance. That is so like top tier energy. But I feel like I didn't get into reading until like recently within the last few years. So like during college. So I have been obsessed with most YA books. Like the hyped ones. I think there's a few that miss the mark by a lot, but most of them I enjoy for the most part. And it makes me a little sad that a lot of them are problematic. And I think I don't know, it's interesting because I don't think cancel culture ever helps. Like just not talking about the person doesn't fix the problem. So it always makes me so sad. And I feel like that's why I'm also so unaware of these like people being problematic. It's like, okay, but what do I do?
I really don't feel like cancel culture is much of a thing when it comes to YA. People talk about it, but I've never seen anybody get canceled for being problematic. Like they'll just like say the craziest stuff, and then everybody pretends like it doesn't exist.
I feel like there'll be like those review videos that get like lots of views of like, this person sucks. Da da da. This is what they did to me. And then after a month, it's like old news.
Well, yeah, it's like always like that. When all those authors did like that Realm of Ruins thing where they tried to get teens to sign up for this NFT scheme where they were gonna basically write fan fiction for and like lose their stories for them to make money off of. That like
Hello?
That was a whole crazy mess. Twitter like canceled that thing right away, like because everybody was angry and going off, and then like literally like within a couple of hours they're like, we're not doing that, never mind. But then everybody just forgot about that those authors were involved and they've had like no repercussions. I'm like, but you were basically trying to get teens to write IP for free.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, cancel culture really doesn't work. It's so inflammatory and mean and aggressive to like the audience because like Twitter, everyone yells at each other, but it's like we're not actually talking about any of the issues and stuff. You're just screaming your opinions to the void and having really long Twitter threads. And I mean, some of it can be kind of entertaining. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've watched those videos and I've been like, oh, interesting, okay. Add my little like to the conversation, but it's like never productive. Like we don't ever like actually talk about the issues and stuff, and that kind of makes me sad as a person who wants the world to be a pretty place, and it's so not.
Oh,
yeah, we just kind of forget and move on next week.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to something maybe happier. Let's see, that was a big oh. Not that you should feel guilty for enjoying something. Agreed. I think you could totally be aware that something is problematic and still enjoy it to your extent. I think it's just when it comes to other people and being like, you can't read that because it's problematic or all that stuff is like, don't tell people what they can and can't do. Do stuff for you. So if you like it and other people don't like it, that's okay. It's about your enjoyment. And as long as you're growing and reflecting and realizing like, oh, sparkly stalkers aren't it. Growth.
Yes.
Yeah, just don't try to force people to see it your way either. Because people were doing that with Cassandra I think it was with Cassandra Clare, people were doing that too. They were like trying to push back against the critique of diversity. Well, they're like, she has this one ambiguous brown character in the book. So she's very diverse compared to your other white faves. And I'm like, none of us are reading them for diversity to begin with.
Yeah.
She got her one black friend. That counts. Even though they're a fifth black. It's cool. It's fine. No, I think that's hilarious. Yeah, it's like everyone can have their own critiques. And it doesn't mean you can't like it. It's like, but don't be like, oh, your critique's invalid. It's like, it's an opinion. It's my personal opinion. Sir, ma'am, excuse me. Let's see. By the way, you guys are moving too slowly for the chat because I could have interjected a bunch, but I gotta hold my tongue. I'm sorry. That's totally my fault. Okay. What was your favorite memory of the past year, Jess? Oh, that's a sweet question. Okay, this past year. Do I need the Jeopardy music like for myself? Because I feel like I have to look through my planner.
I gotta plug in my laptop quick before it dies.
Oh no. Shoot, I really don't know. I really want to grab my planner now and be like, what did I do last year? Do you feel that way too? It's like, what happened? What year is it? Not me.
You
like
can
not
do this.
I can do
You can do this. I believe in you.
I don't. I guess just visiting my parents is definitely always a highlight because they live in Hawaii, and it's like obviously a pleasure to always go back home to Hawaii, but also I like my parents. They're very kind people. I'm very appreciative and grateful because I know that is a rare breed of human to be a good parent. So I'm just always like, thank you. But to pick one moment, I don't. That's too hard. She said, oh, sorry, I always got to hit people with the reflective questions. Don't apologize. I love it. I love being reflective. Let's see. Oh, another question is like, what are you excited for this year? Or any big goals? Issa, do you have anything you're excited for or big goals?
No, you can take the floor.
Trying to like push the mic. Come on, girl. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm not excited for this year. Thank you.
No, I'm not excited for this year. That is your okay. Noted.
That's
noted.
my final answer.
I don't know.
Any big goals or plans?
I feel like we've been in kind of like a rut. I've been in a rut the past 2 years.
Oh, but I understand that. It's been like, yeah. I feel like
it's been more surviving than anything else.
Yeah, I think my excitement and goals for these last 2 years have definitely just been like, take care of myself,
Yeah.
Be nice.
That is totally valid.
I mean, but like you're doing a good job though, because you've been on top of your diabetes stuff.
Yes. Only because I finally got a program that has like educators and stuff. I kid you not, having diabetes as an adult is like, they don't care. They're just like, you don't need an educator. You don't need any program. Like as you're a kid, they send you to this program and you do summer camps and shit. And I'm like, can I go? Can I go to the kids camp? I'd like to know what's happening. And they're like, no. Where do I go? So yeah, I've been taking it very, very seriously. So I'm reaching my goals, I think, or at least I'm trying to. So that's taking care of myself is the goal of this year. So
but that's good because I know so many people who have diabetes and they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep being the same way, and then their health gets like worse. Mm-hmm. And then by the time they're ready to get serious, it's like too late. So you're like taking charge now.
Yeah. And I like the reason why was because it got a little serious for me. Got a little hospital visit and was like, okay, I don't want to die yet. Let's
At least that was your wake up call though.
It was my wake up call. It was like, okay, let's fix this. On a more positive note, what I'm excited for this year, I guess if I had to pick anything is I'm going to be taking a 10-month acting class that I'm very excited for. It is on Zoom, but it's like a Meisner acting class, which is going to be, I don't know, really exciting for me because I haven't, as an actor, I don't do much. I occasionally will book something like, ooh, I have to work for a day, and then 3 months will go by. So I'm very excited for that. Do you guys, besides Issa, who I've already answered, who is not excited for anything, to clarify, Veena, are you excited for anything?
I don't have anything planned this year because everything's just been so unpredictable. Before the pandemic, I was planning vacations. I was starting to live my best life, going to festivals and stuff, and then 2020 hit, and it's just been nothing. I think the only goal I have this year is to buy a new car, But the way the market is right now, I can't get the car that I want right now because there's like a chip shortage, and then they're having trouble getting them shipped over here.
That sucks. But festivals are kind of opening up now. Do you feel comfortable going yet or no?
Not with a big crowd, no.
Okay. Yeah, I think in LA, I know LA is a little different. Obviously, every state, every country is different. But for LA, it's like most people I feel like are vaccinated, and when you go in, you show that you're vaccinated and stuff. So I feel like I'm just starting to get a little bit more comfortable. But then I got COVID last month and was knocked out for like 2 weeks. Luckily, I have really mild symptoms, but I can understand the fear. I'm like, I don't want to go through that again. Oh hell no. And I'm boosted and everything. So I was like, damn it.
Yeah, I live over in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of crazy people who are anti-vax and anti-mask. Like, they basically threatened to kill our governor. That's why he ended up, like, loosening the restrictions.
Not good. Again, me wishing for like a happy world. God, one day, like I think we can do it as humanity, right? Like we'll get our crap together. Sad. Let's see. Same. The world is weird right now, right? It's so sad. Oh, I hope y'all aren't almost done. I just joined. I'm so sorry. We are probably going to wrap up soon because it is so late for the lovely special guest. Even for me, I guess 9 is kind of late because I should eat dinner. Maybe. I'm glad you were okay, Jess. I am also very happy. I talked to so many doctors because I was freaking out. I was like, they're like, just sleep and rest and you'll be fine. And I was luckily very, very fortunate to have a very small viral load, and it was out of my system pretty quickly. Let's see. So many people got COVID with Omicron. Yeah. All of my friends now have got it. Like at this point, I feel like
oh my god, that's insane.
It is insane, but I also feel like with a city like LA, even if everyone gets vaxxed and boosted, you're going to a restaurant to eat. Like I don't go all the time. Like I think I've gone to maybe like 2 restaurants this year because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna treat myself and try. And then one day I got COVID, so I was like, maybe I shouldn't. So yeah, I feel like lots of people are getting it, especially in like big cities or like in cities where, or like just in areas where it's like you feel like, oh, comfortable to go out now because we are all getting vexed or whatever. Or for the people who are like, yeah, I've been wanting normalcy this whole time. Let's go. So yeah, everyone just be safe. Wearing your mask is totally fine. Oh my god, I feel like that's a horrible note to end off our lives.
No, we're wishing for them to be safe and happy and healthy. It's an amazing note to end on.
Oh, I love it. Make it positive. Yes. Okay. Anything you guys want to talk about for your own channels? Anything you're working on? I will, after I end this, put your guys' channel in the description box so people can go visit you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be a good booktuber in like 30 minutes.
I'm not doing anything special right now on my channel.
That's okay.
Yeah, neither am I.
Okay. Just visit them because they're nice people. That's what y'all should do. Just send them some love.
What about you? Are you doing anything special on your channel?
No, man. I'm just trying to upload twice a week, and I've failed half of the weeks of this year so far.
A week? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Twice a week? That's a lot. I'm lucky if I get once.
That's what's been happening. Is like I aim for 2 and I end up getting 1. And I'm like, dang it.
What is good?
I mean, it is, but like,
and don't you upload on a schedule? Like you upload on the same day during the week? I don't even do that.
That's what I'm trying to do, but I normally miss. So is it a schedule if I'm missing half of the time? I don't know. So I'm not doing anything special besides trying to stick to an actual upload schedule is what I'm trying to do. We'll see if that happens. Okay. let's wrap up the live show. Thank you to everyone who is watching. I will have Isa and Veena's channels linked below very shortly. They are wonderful, and thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. It means so much. And very mushy time. I'm very grateful for you guys. I feel like even with the last 2 years, but it's just I feel like BookTube has been such a fun sanctuary. To just be my little nerdy self, my little dorky self, because I don't even consider myself a nerd because I don't think I'm that smart. But it's a good time, and it makes me feel happy. So I'm happy, and I hope you guys feel the same positive energy back. Veena, Isa, anyone who's watching. I hope
And
you
you
feel
never
love.
know. Someday your YouTube channel could bring you a role.
I mean, that'd be cool.
It's happened.
We'll
I
see.
mean, I was just watching an interview with Adasa, and she's a singer who was in Encanto recently, and she had uploaded, I had followed her, so I already had seen the video, but she had uploaded a song. It didn't get that many views, but a casting director for the movie saw and asked her to audition, and she ended up getting a role, and now her career is like heating back up again. So you never know.
You never know, casting directors out there. Be like, every video now has to have that. Are you watching?
Totally.
Okay. Well, I hope everyone has a lovely night or day wherever you are. And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. And goodbye.
Happy
Bye.
birthday.
Oh, you both